He just handed it to you. You know, so Loki, like, you know, we saw you in Thor, and we kind of got a sense that, you know, at the end, like, some stuff's going down with this character, like, and now, you know, you're hell-bent on world domination, so how's the experience been, like, for you with the Avengers, with this whole, you know, different kind of take?
Oh, that's a great question. Loki is not a happy man. And I think anyone who saw Thor realized that by the end of that film, he's a little confused as to his place in the universe. And you know, it was such a thrill for me that Joss and Kevin and everybody at Marvel thought that, you know, I was all right in the first one, and I might be okay in this one too. And it's thrilling to be. It's thrilling for me to be. I was the only bad guy in a group full of the greatest superheroes in the world. And played by some of the greatest actors in the world sitting at this table with me. So, yeah, I guess I can't say I ever got a day in jeans and a t-shirt. It was mostly leather and metal. That's how they like it in Asgard. The heavier the better. No, it was really fun, and you know, my day begins with sort of getting strapped into Loki's buckles and belts and whistles, and getting the hair on and the helmet, and sort of preparing to make menace.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea that, you know, here's this character as a god, but still when it boils down to it, he's got daddy issues. Like, that's really.
Hey, listen, man, everybody's got daddy issues. It's part of growing up. Yeah, he's got a few brother issues as well. But,
yeah, Cobie, you tell us more about your.
This is my first con.
Oh, yeah.
This is like the best way to be introduced to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So tell us about your...
What was I wearing? What was I wearing?
Yes, what were you wearing?
Well, you know, it's funny. I feel like I'm the first woman in a superhero movie that I feel had like the easiest costume. Yeah. Like compared to these guys, I had it pretty good, but I think that was the most interesting thing about taking on this movie was seeing how the costumes were developed. Like, they literally took conceptual drawings from the comic books and really just developed some of the most beautiful pieces. And it was really cool just being a part for like each intricate detail. Like, they really thought it through.
So more physically demanding than How I Met Your Mother? Sorry. I'm getting excited. Only because they love too hard. How was this experience for you, like going for a show and then coming into this insane franchise with these established characters? And like, this will be the biggest movie next year.
Yeah, it was extremely intimidating. I was probably most excited to work with Joss because and he has been a friend of mine and is still a friend of mine. And it was just, that was one of the most exciting parts of this movie for me. But yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of pinching myself walking around and being here in front of all of you guys and being as thrilled to see how the movie turns out. I mean, it's a dream.
Yeah. And so, Clark, for you, I think we've seen you in a before. You know, when you initially signed on, like, I'll pop up a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's going to be largely about me.
I'm not going to say that never occurred to me, but it was only in my most demented driving to work fantasies to do one line in Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Before they started adding more scenes.
Yeah.
You know, I would never thought that the journey would take me to the scenes in Iron Man 2 where they said, oh, tell them you're going to New Mexico. And then saying, why? And they're like, oh, you're in Thor. And then being at the backstage of San Diego Comic-Con 2 years ago and having Joss Whedon come up and introduce himself saying, oh, you're in the Avengers. So this new spoiler scene in the Avengers where Coulson peels back his face and reveals that he's a Romulan princess.
Clark, I don't know if I can get you to do it, but backstage, Clark was singing his version of the Avengers.
I'm not singing the Avengers theme song. Please, somebody grab a blaster and put me out of my misery. Okay, you have to imagine Trent Reznor. We were writing this backstage as a joke.
Do it!
Okay, you gotta picture like some really like thrashy, like very East Village Avenue D guitars. We are called the Avengers. We're a dysfunctional family. We've got muscles are bulky and we have a hulky.
Loki and Hulky would be a thing that done.
No, it was muscles so bulky and we have a hulky.
Oh, bulky, okay, and we have a Hulky. Which rhymes with
The
Hulky?
internet's on Twitter later.
Yeah. So, spoiler alert, that's the theme song. It'd be funny if that was really the theme song. If only the president of Marvel Studios were here to make that happen. Mark Ruffalo, I'm very excited to see you play Banner because I mean, probably like a lot of you, I read the Ultimates and I feel like a little bit of a different portrayal of Banner than we've seen before, where he's sort of like, oh, he's this brooding soul and the Hulk is ultimately good, but I think in the Ultimates timeline, he's a little more, like Hulk is kind of like a raging erection in a weird sort of way. And Banner is a little more insecure and a little bit more like skittish, so how's the role been for you?
I like the raging erection reference.
I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry, Disney.
It's been it was an amazing journey, and I'm building this Bruce Banner off of some other really great Bruce Banners, starting back with Bill Bixby.
Yep.
And Eric Bana and Ed